Today, I am so excited to be the bearer of this good news, guys. I am super happy. So guys, more than 39,000 people that came to the UK to work as care workers or senior care workers have received an email from the Home Office stating that their COS has been cancelled and they only have 60 days to leave the UK if they do not regularize their stay or if they do not get another job. 60 days. And usually it is through no fault of theirs. It's not as if they've done anything. They got a job, they came here, and their company did not follow the rules, or the company was maybe found by the Home Office to be doing something that was illegal, or they did not pay their dues on time or something, and then the company lost their sponsor license, and now these people have been affected. Over 39,000 people. That is crazy. But if you fall in this category, or if you know anybody that falls in this category, guys, please send them this video, okay? I've got some great news that I'm going to share in this video. So tell them not to book their flight tickets back to their home country yet. Tell them to wait until they watch this video, okay? Stay tuned. Stop that. Hi guys, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Nana Griselda. If you're seeing me for the first time on this channel, I talk about nursing, I talk about migration, and I talk about opportunities for people to relocate abroad and life in the UK as an immigrant in general. So if these are topics that interest you, please consider subscribing. So around 12th of March this year, the Home Office or the UK government published a statement of changes. I did a video about it. You know, there were so many changes that they were, bringing on board. And there was one particular one that I was really excited about. And let me refresh your memory. What other statements of change affect most of my viewers? Let's talk about the changes that are affecting the skilled worker route. So with the skilled worker route, they're saying that now, if you're an employer and you are recruiting somebody from overseas, or you are recruiting somebody from, let's say, another immigration route, why don't you look? You should try and look at the people who are already in the UK and their sponsors could not give them work. Let me read the exact words. They are saying that changes are being made to the provisions for care workers and senior care workers. These changes are being made in response to the growing pool of workers in this route who no longer have sponsorship because their sponsors have been unable to offer sufficient work or they have lost their sponsor license. So the changes require sponsors, like now sponsors, to try to recruit from this pool of workers who are seeking new employment before seeking to sponsor new recruits from other immigration routes or from overseas. To enforce this requirement, the sponsors must provide confirmation from the relevant regional or sub-regional partnership that they have tried to recruit in this way and confirm that no suitable workers were available from this pool. So they were basically saying that from April, they're going to prioritize people who are still in the UK and maybe they came as carers or senior carers and their sponsors have lost their license and now it has made them sort of like illegal in the UK. They have no jobs. They're going to prioritize these people and give them jobs first before more people come from outside to the UK. So instead of a company recruiting somebody from Africa or Asia to the UK to work as a carer in this period, they should first of all prioritize these people that are already in the UK and let's say they came to the UK but their sponsor did not have any hours for them or there were no jobs ready for them, there was no vacancy, and then some of them too, their sponsor lost their sponsor license and could therefore no longer sponsor their stay in the UK on a skilled worker visa or on a health and care worker visa. So all employers, before you give somebody a COS, you should first of all prove that you try to get somebody from this category or from this pool of people who are now sort of like stranded, they don't have any jobs at the moment. Prioritize them first, give them the opportunity first before you bring somebody to the UK. We heard that they were going to start this in April, right? But I was wondering how this was going to actually start, and now guys, this is how it's actually going to start. So to solidify this whole thing, right now, there's a page on the gov.uk website where you can get help if you fall into this category. If you came to the UK on a health and care worker visa, but unfortunately when you came, your employer said they have no hours for you, go find your own job, or your employer has lost their license and you received an email from the Home Office stating that your COS has been cancelled and you have only 60 days to leave the UK. Please, there's a page on the gov.uk website giving help to such people, and I'm going to show you how this page looks like on the screen, okay? And I'm also going to leave a link to this website or to this page in the description, okay? So just look at where the title of the video is, click on more, okay? And then just scroll, you see this link, okay? And then you access it. Now let's open it and then you see how this page actually looks like. So it says support offered to international ASC workers whose employers employer's sponsor license have been revoked. Now, they are saying that if you are an international care worker affected by a sponsor license revocation, they are going to give you some support. One, they are going to give you advice and guidance, help with understanding your visa status and your employment rights. They are also going to give you employment support. That's the part that I like most. Support in finding a new employer who can sponsor your visa. And the next one is they're going to help you with assessing financial support if you're struggling due to job loss or unpaid wages. Financial support and employment support, those are my favorites, honestly. And mental health and well-being support, such as buddy schemes to help you access counseling. Because some people have been traumatized with this whole experience and they're willing to give you counseling and mental health support as well to keep you sane, which is very, very important. We've had cases where people have committed suicide and all of that, all due to the frustration in a new country. So now who can access this support? So support is available to international care workers or senior care workers in England on a health and care worker visa. At the moment, this support is not available to people in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. You have to be in England to be able to access this support. If you fall in this category, you're in England and your employers have had their sponsor license revoked, you can access the support. Other care workers or senior care workers in England on a health and care worker visa who want to find alternative employment in care can also access the support. But those impacted by the sponsor license revocation are currently being prioritized by regional sponsorship. So let's say you came on a health and care worker visa, you got the job, you're working for your employer, but you just don't like your employer because they are mean or because the work is hard and you're looking for another care job with visa sponsorship, you can also access the support. But those whose COS has been cancelled and they've been given 60 days to leave the country, they will be prioritized before you guys. Okay, now how to access the support? How do you actually get the support? They are saying that you must email the regional partnership in the area where you are. Contact details can be found in the table below. So you should email them your name, the address that you're currently living at, your contact details, the name of the provider sponsoring your visa. Okay, the person who brought you in the UK, your sponsor, initial sponsor, your name, your contact details, your address, and then you contact your regional partnership. You send it to, so they have grouped this in regions. Okay, so if you are in the Cheshire and I don't know how to say Merseyside area, this covers people in Cheshire East, Cheshire West, Houghton, Liverpool City, St. Helens, Warrington. If your address is in this area where you currently live, this is the email that you have to send your details to: cminternationalrecruit@warrington.gov.uk, right? And they'll contact you and give you a job. Okay, if you are in the East Midlands, by East Midlands they mean Derby City, Derbyshire, and all of those things on the screen. All of those in Lincolnshire, Northamptonshire, Nottinghamshire, Nottingham, Rutland, North, all of those people you also contact. So it's a very big table. Greater Manchester, Lancashire and Cumbria, London, London North Central, London North East, London Northwest, London South East, London Southwest, North East England. So each area and the area it covers and the email you will need to send your details to. So you send your details that I mentioned to these areas and then you will be contacted. You'll be prioritized. Any employer who is trying to recruit anybody else again internationally, they would first of all ask the person to choose from this pool of people, aka you guys who have been affected, okay, before they would get somebody else. Okay, and they are saying that they also have support available on how to report abuse, anybody abusing the immigration system. They said you can report any abuse of the immigration system using the report and immigration or border crime function. Okay, so you can click on that and also give details. Let's say an employer is still abusing people but this employer has not been caught yet, you can use that to report. Okay, and then if you also have concerns about the standard of the quality of care in certain care homes and all of that, you can also report to the Care Quality Commission. And if you know of any people or persons who are exploiting workers and engaging in illegal activity, human trafficking, modern slavery, you can also report these people. Okay, they call it the Gangmasters and Labor Abuse Authority. They are still investigating reports of worker exploitation and illegal activity, so you can also make reports to them. Their phone number is there, their website is there, their email address is there. And then if you also want advice as an employee, let's say your employer is threatening to sack you, maybe they're threatening to get your COS because of something minor you did, you do have rights. Okay, and some of these things that the employers are doing, it's illegal, but they know that you are desperate to be in the UK. They know that you want to be in the UK so bad, so they're abusing you emotionally and psychologically. You can contact ACAS. Okay, so they give employees and employers free impartial advice on workplace rights. So if there's anything that you do not understand or you're very confused about, contact them. It's free, okay? And all of these jobs are free. The jobs that you are going to get, you are not paying gov.uk. This is on the gov.uk website, guys. You're not paying them. You are not paying them to get a job, okay? They just want your details so that they can best find you the appropriate help that you need. And for people who are also employers, okay, if you have your own company as an employer and you also want to recruit international workers and you want to get from the pool of these people, you have a sponsor license and you want to recruit from these people, you can also use this same website. So it's a place where both employers and employees can benefit from, you understand? And remember that it's based on where you live. So check where you live, check the area it covers, and send the email to them. The email should include your name, your address, you're currently living at, your contact details, and the name of the provider sponsoring your visa. Okay, so guys, basically that is that. Is that not great? It's such a shame when people have, you know, gone through IELTS, they've booked IELTS, they've studied, they've done courses, care courses online, they've paid for their flights, some even paid for the COs and all of that. Some people had to spend or sell their family properties like land and houses to be able to come to the UK and for a promise of a better life, you know, and then they come here and they are stranded. I know people that went months without a job and they were living from friend to friend. Very, very, very disheartening. So if you know of anybody who has received any of these emails, please send this to them. And if you currently have an employer but you do want to leave your job to another job, you can also get support from here as well. But remember that those whose COs have been cancelled will be prioritized first. And from now, from April, all employers will need to prove that they did not get anybody from these people before they be allowed to bring somebody in. I think it's fair. So do not book your flight ticket back to your home country yet, okay? Send the email right now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.